What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Gabriel Show. Now, as you can see, I'm driving. I can't look at you guys, but I'm actually on my way back home. To keep it real with you, I just walked out my new job, bro. I walked out, all right? And just to give you guys some context, I did not count no narcotics. I did not receive any keys from anybody. And I did not, what else? I didn't do anything. So like I'm good. I did not abandon no patients. So I don't want you guys to think I just walked out and abandoned my patients. But just to give you guys some more context and just more information about the entire story, I started a new job at a nursing home. And this job was supposed to be, a solid second job. They gave me a nice little per diem rate. But I knew something was off, man. Now I work right now currently in the ICU. But I have nothing against the nursing homes. I was LPN at first, and if you want to just get like a money grab, if you want to just have like a solid job, I feel like the nursing home is a solid place to work at, but you got to get ready for the bullshit, man. From day one on my orientation, guys, I haven't been in the nursing home environment for like 2 years. So I have no idea, I'm trying to get back into the flow of it. Like, I'm used to having 1 to 2 patients now. And they're throwing 40 patients at me. Don't get me wrong. I knew what I was up against, right? But tell me how my first day of orientation, I pull up on the floor and tell them my name, like, hey, I'm here for orientation. First and foremost, I was on the wrong floor. They didn't know, they just sent me on like this one of the floors. And I was like, okay, I'm here for orientation. And the night nurse was like, oh, okay. And after 15 minutes, they're like, hey, so the nurses never showed up, so we're going to go. I'm like, okay, what do you mean we're going to go? Like, yeah, we're going to go. We're just going to leave the keys right here with you. And I looked at them like, huh? You mean the narcotics keys? Like, yeah, we'll just leave it right here. They'll be here shortly. And guys, that was egregious because I'm not used to that, guys. Like, you can't just leave the keys without counting with an oncoming nurse. Like, guys, I have my master's in leadership and management. I have experience being a supervisor, so I'm not dumb. And at that point, that was a big red flag. I was like, oh, hell no, there goes my license. I'm responsible for, on the floor, there's at least 50 patients. So I was, at that moment, on my first day of orientation, I was responsible for 50 patients. Guys, the nurses didn't come until 20 minutes later. My shift started at 7, and I'm telling you, it was like 7:40. They finally showed up, night shift left, and for 40 minutes, I was responsible for 50 patients on my first day of orientation. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. There's people coming up to the desk telling me, oh, where's my meds? Where's this? Where's that? Bro, I don't know. And what's worse is I didn't get no type of report on these patients. I don't know what's going on, and it's a brand new system. I used to work at that same exact job, but they have a brand new system now, so I don't even know how to use their system. Guys, I thought this story was going to get better. No, it gets worse. So finally, the staffing coordinator comes upstairs like, hey, are you Junior Gabriel? I'm like, yeah, I'm Junior Gabriel. So she tells me, oh, you're actually not going to be on this floor. You're going to be on another floor. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. At this point, I didn't care. I just wanted out because so many people were coming up to me and trying to talk to me and ask for help. And I was just embarrassed that I didn't know what to do. And so I was just like, yeah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Let me just go to the second floor, the other floor they want me to go on. So I go on the other floor, and immediately the other nurse who I was supposed to be shadowing, whatever the case is, she wasn't there. And they go, oh, since he's been here before, like, 2 years ago, have him do the blood sugars. I'm like, what? Have me do the blood sugars? Who are the diabetics? Who are the pre-diabetics? I don't know. Who's who? I didn't even get report, guys. Now I'm on a brand new floor, and the person I'm supposed to be shadowing is telling me to do the blood sugars. Guys, I'm like, what? I go in there. Now I'm looking for, it's almost 8 o'clock at this point, and now the night nurse is roaming around, and I'm like, hold up. I don't even know who they are. And I'm walking. I said hi, and we're passing each other, and I don't know. This guy's clueless. He comes up to me, hold up. Are you the nurse? Can I give a report? I was like, no, I'm on training. I'm like, whoever the name is of I'm supposed to be shadowing tells me I'm supposed to do the blood sugars. And it's like, oh, I don't know who the blood sugars are. And then I asked him, like, hold up, weren't you the night nurse? I'm like, what were you doing this entire time if you don't know who the blood sugars are? I'm like, gosh, let me not bring my parents or anybody to this nursing home because this nursing home is crazy right now. And he goes, it's different between night and day. So I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know that miraculously their diabetes get cured at night and it comes back during the day. So I was just trying to figure it out. Like, what's that? Type 4 diabetes? It just disappears at night. So you don't have to worry about their whatever. I'm not even trying to complain. So I said, all right, let me just go to the desk. I'm like, yo, I know I'm getting to a little bag here. Let me not complain. I said, can you just print out the census for me? The guy prints out the census. No, he didn't know how to. So I just waited. I just sat there and waited. It was 8:15 at this point. The preceptor showed up finally. Shift starts at 7 o'clock. I'm sitting here. She's like, okay, so can you just do me a favor? You're welcome back, blah, blah, blah. Trying to give me small talk. But here, do these blood sugars for me. I'm like, okay. I'm not trying to complain. Yes, I know how to do a finger stick. I've been a nurse for 7 years. I know how to do vitals. So she had me doing finger sticks and vitals. Meanwhile, I didn't even log in yet to see if my name is even active in the system. So I'm like, wait, can I just log in to try to log in? And like, they give me like a fake password at first. And then I'm like, all right, I have to change that fake password and put my new password. I'm just like, okay, trying to learn the damn system myself. Next thing you know, guys, I was basically a PCA, like a CN. I was just a helping hands nurse, basically. She had me doing her vitals. She had me doing her finger sticks. And then, guys, I'm telling you, it was ridiculous. The shift is from 7 to 3. So she was just passing meds, and I was just helping her out, doing vitals for the entire floor, about 40 patients. And then after that, I said, all right, it's 12 o'clock. I'm hungry at this point. I'm like, I got to go to lunch. We take an hour lunch. And I actually went to lunch around 12:30ish. So I go to lunch, and I was just trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Sitting there, and I'm praying. I'm saying, God, like, I know I wanted the second job. I know I'm here. Like, I have no problems going back to the nursing home. I have no problem working anywhere, but this is looking crazy. Let me know if you want me to be here. Guys, I go back at 1:30, and when I tell you this was just a whole bunch of foolishness, I go back, and she goes, oh, so I'll tell you the people who to give meds to, like the people I did, the people I didn't do. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Because on the electronic more, it's showing me all the meds that I have to give. But she, oh, no, don't worry. They got their meds already. And I was like, we're doing this, huh? Guys, we have nurses who's giving their meds. Like, I hate to say it, some nursing home nurses, they be giving their meds from, like, for the day. Like, oh, don't worry. They got their Coumadin already. I'm like, they got their Coumadin. Isn't that an evening medication? They're just giving anything and everything. And I'm just like, wait, so you want me to give these 3 meds? Oh, yeah, and just give this. And she gave me a contraction, whatever that thing is, in a cup with a bunch of like, oh, yeah, give this to that patient there with the G-tube. I'm like, what is in here? What? Guys, I felt like my license was in jeopardy. And I just said, you know what? I'm already here and I'm not trying to argue. Let me just do what I got to do. It was about 10 patients she wanted me to give meds to. I felt really uncomfortable because some meds she told me I gave already. Don't worry about this. I gave that. And I'm just like, it's not showing like that on the MAR. On the MAR, it's showing that it should be done here, there, and there. And I was like, you know what? Whatever. And notice I'm not saying no names of where I'm working, whatever the case is, because Jayco might be watching. This is the ones that might just go viral. But whatever. Jayco, if you see this, I did right by leaving. I wanted no parts. And anyways, let me get back to the story. I just gave the meds, and obviously I was late, right? So I'm used to being, like, I'm an ICU nurse, like I said. I only have 1 to 2 patients, so I'm, like, slow. My dumb ass is out here doing my ICU assessments, doing head-to-toe assessments, and I'm taking forever, guys. The shift ends at 3, and we are going to 3:20 and, like, 3:30, and I'm still not done giving meds because I'm here doing head-to-toe assessments, making sure these patients are good. Now, mind you guys, I never got trained on how to use the system. This is a brand new system. I don't know who do I have to document on? Who do I not document on? How do I document? Do they mind how I document for my other job? Because, like, this is crazy because I'm going to be snitching on my documentation because we got bed sores and we got a whole bunch of people who need to go, who should be going to the hospital, right? And I'm looking at, like, my documentation, people saying that these temperatures are afebrile, and we got people here who's sick. So I'm out here like, I'm like, damn, I'm about to report this to the state. And I'm out here just like, nah, this is looking crazy. Then the evening shift come, and she's like, can I get the keys? I'm like, I'm not done. And she was like, oh, okay, but can I get report at least? I'm like, yo, I'm on orientation. Don't you see? I'm like, at this point, guys, I wasn't trying to be sassy or rude or anything like that, but I was at my wit's end. And I was like, hey, this is my first day on orientation. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just trying my best. And she's like, oh, okay. Can I get a report though? I'm like, report? All I have is these 10 names right here. I'm trying to figure out their history. I'm trying to figure out if they're diabetic or not diabetic. I'm trying to figure out if they have type 4 diabetes, the one that disappeared at night. She was just like, oh, it's all right. I'll go to the other nurse. And I was like, yeah, I'm just shadowing. I'm supposed to be shadowing. She comes back and she's like, okay, do you know anything about that? I'm like, no, I don't. Guys, at this point, I was just on like, I had to tap into my LPN days. I was on my pop, 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 pop. I checked my vitals. My patients were good. I was pill popping, y'all. Pill popping, like, pop, 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 pop. Guys, I tapped into that mode, bro, and I was done. Everything was done right. By this time, it was 4 o'clock. Guys, when I went back to the desk, tell me how my preceptor had her bag. Like, you had a good day? I was like, I had a good day. Wait, you're not going to teach me how to document? You're not going to teach me the notes? You're not going to teach me? Oh, no. I got to go. I'll show you next time. You know already. Go. I punched out confused, man. I felt abused. I'm like, what just happened? What the heck just happened? So I was scheduled to go to work today, and I prayed about it. I said, God, I'm gonna go. The staff coordinator goes, you're good. You don't need any more. I heard you're doing your thing. You don't need any more days of orientation. I was like, all right. You know, she was gassing me up with the text, so I was like, I guess I'm good. Whatever. I'll show up. So I got up this morning and I showed up and I was getting ready to show out. On the app, it tells you where you're gonna be. So I went to the floor and guys, my name was not on the floor for medications. They had me for treatments. So I did not take no keys. I didn't see no patients. I didn't see nothing, guys. All I seen was that, actually, they didn't even know where I was. They told me to go back downstairs to go to where the staff, everybody don't know where nothing is, right? And so they showed me, okay, I seen my name for treatments for 60 patients. I didn't do any orientation on treatments. And the reason why it's 60 patients is because it's basically, I had to do 2 floors. I guess they don't have much treatments on the weekends, but to be responsible for documenting on 60 patients under my license that I worked hard for, and I never got trained one day on treatments, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I called the supervisor. I was like, hey, to be completely honest with you right now, I'm sick. I just threw up. I forgot to throw up. I said, hold, give me a second. I was on the phone like, guys, I was like, yeah, I'm not feeling good. To be honest, I gotta go home. She was like, and then she tells me, you didn't know you were sick on the way here? Guys, automatically that got me livid. I was tight. I said, I just want to let you know, when you're looking for me, I won't be on the floor. Have a blessed day. Bye. I hung up. I went right to the time clock. I walked out. I don't care what the consequences are. I don't care if the CEO is watching. That's crazy, man. That nursing home is wild, bro. I really was trying to give nursing homes a chance. I might just talk to them and tell them, hey, I need to get trained properly because I don't know what I was going to do. I think I saved myself by not staying. Let me know if I did the wrong thing, but I walked out. I walked out and I dipped. I said, everybody's like, where you going? I was like, bye. Yo, I took the deuces, man. I was with it, man. I was like, I'm going to my wife and kids. I don't got the time for that, man. I work too hard. For this license, and hey guys, sometimes you're gonna do like all these new jobs and you're gonna sit there and get interviewed, but you got to get to the point where you're interviewing the new job, right? You got to ask some questions. A lot of times we go on Google and we're like trying to find, oh, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? Sometimes you got to sit down and write down and ask them, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? You know what I mean? And I value myself as a registered nurse, and I'm not just any type of registered nurse, all right? I'm not going to let people play with me. And I'm not trying to sound arrogant, but I work too damn hard. You know, we are rebuilding our emergency fund. We are getting to the place where we're starting to invest. And I'm trying to chase my financial freedom. And I'm not going to say I don't know where I came from. I love the nursing homes. But you know what? Hell no, bro. Hell no. My wife got 2 jobs. I could be a stay-at-home dad. I could just sit down at home and be like, baby, I don't want to do this. Can you take over? I'm tired. But I ain't trying to sound arrogant with it. But nah, man, we got options out here. We got options, and I'm not going to let you guys play me or jeopardize my license. And I don't know, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment below. Let me know if you think I did the right thing. Maybe I'm bugging for just leaving like that. I called my wife. She was like, you could ask how. But nah, man. Something in my soul told me to run. Run! Guys, I ran like the police was chasing me. It made no sense. I hopped over a resident who was on a wheelchair, man. It was like the Olympics. I said... I was running, man. I ran out that building so fast. I'm like, I know I told the supervisor I did not count no narcotics. I didn't get no patients endorsed to me. So that's not patient abandonment, all right? So just in case J. Cole's watching this. But anyways, I love and appreciate you guys. Who's out there working today? Are you working a new job? Are you working a second job? Make sure you ask these questions. Make sure you don't end up like me. But anyways, I love and I appreciate you guys. I gotta head out. Peace. I mean, something's really different. Something's really specific. I mean, I really made $1 million in a minute. I haven't made $1 million in a minute. Maybe if I really make $1 minute, how much do you make in a minute? Boy, I make a lot. Listen, man, the dividend, the make I block. Oh my God, why are they trying to block my stock? Trying to cop a GameStop stock. But damn it, boy, did you make $1 million in a minute? I don't know. Haven't been here in a minute. Haven't been in the zone, man. Yeah, I'm finished. And they let me off, man. Yeah, I'm finished.